Let's do it, people. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We in the building.
Did you miss us?
We in the building.
Boom, 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 boom.
Let's talk this boxing talk, man.
So many things, so many. I saw David. Did you see David Benavidez's with Andre Ward?
Yeah, he said that they offered Canelo $70 million.
$70 million, not
included
before pay-per-view. Before pay-per-view.
Before pay-per-view.
Yep. And he got offered a $5 million flat, no pay-per-view, no nothing. He was like, "Give me that." He's like, "Give me that." What are you talking about? That's me right there. That $5 million is me. What are you talking about? Tell him to get ready, man. Get his camp going.
Right. $70 million, and he turned it down.
Yeah.
Bro don't want to box.
Nah, man. Not him.
Not against David anyway. And he's making up any excuse in the world not to fight that man.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think he's making up no excuses. He's pretty much at the point now where he's just saying it. You gotta respect him. He's like, I ain't fighting that dude, bro.
Exit the Red said, where they get 70 million? Turkey.
No, that 70 million wasn't from Turkey, was it?
Yeah, wasn't
it? Wasn't it from I think it might have been 70. Was it from Turkey? I thought it was from the PBC. I thought that's what I thought so, that was a fight. I don't know. I don't remember who it was from. I don't know who it was from.
I thought it was Turkey in the conversation. No, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Me too. I could definitely be wrong. I definitely don't know.
Yeah.
But I know that
I gotta go back and rewatch it now.
I know that was before the pay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know that.
Well, that makes sense if it was PBC because I don't think Turkey operate like
do the
that.
Pay-per-view. Right. I think he just hit you with flat bread.
Yeah. So it might be through PBC.
Yeah. They got up 70 million for him.
70 million. No, thank you. Crazy.
He said, no, thank you, bro.
Before pay. That's gonna give you you're gonna get close to 100 million.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna get that 100. Especially that fight would have been big. I mean, that 70 million, that fight would have been big. It would have done great on pay-per-view. It would have done awesome. I think it would have hit the mill.
Yeah, I think it would hit a mill too.
Yeah.
So you say if it hit a mill, right?
You probably getting money off of everything off of like what 300,000, something like that.
Right.
Over 200. Probably getting, you know what I mean? Whatever amount of money, they splitting that. Well, he's not even splitting that with David because David said he wasn't gonna get none of it.
Yeah, it's confusing to me, man. I gotta look into that.
Right. He said if the PBC got 70 mil, but they got no money for Spence. Well, yeah, that's a whole different that's two different conversations, brother. Spence, Canelo versus David Benavidez. Yeah, that part.
Yeah, I gotta see about that.
Yeah,
I gotta look into that because that does sound a little off keel, right?
It seems off, but David was very, very confident about it. He said, "Go check with Ludacubus. Go check." He gave reference. He said, "Go check if I'm lying." Yeah, it was PBC because he said, "Go check with Ludacubus." Boom.
Well, Louis still deals with Turkey, remember?
Right. But
possibly either which way, I don't really care who it came from. You gotta take
it. That's money on the table. That's real money.
That's a lot of money, bro. You gotta take that money, man.
I don't care what you're doing, especially if you're talking about you here for the business. They don't get no better than that.
Right.
You know?
Like why would you not
I know why.
I know why you won't. You don't want that fight.
I know why you don't do it.
Yeah,
there's a clear reason.
Beat up. That's what happened.
There's a clear reason why you don't do it. You know what I mean?
Right. Man, but what's good, my peoples? We in the building. Clay, you dropped the link to your channel in the chat?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna do that right now. Right about now.
Man, we're gonna talk this boxing talk with y'all, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Greg Gambino, I saw that. Ty in the Sky, peace of blessings. Queen Maya Egypt, peace of blessings. Jay Lynn. Who did I miss? Salute Euphorbio Dave, Exit the Red, Great Gambino, C. Jackson, YG Knight, Terry Nelson II, Enzo 88, Allen, Mr. Lightning, Reg Lowe, what's up, family? Lionel Wilson, Jesse R, what's up, family? Dub JM3, what's up? H Dub, what's up, family? DeMarcus Martin, what's up, family? Joe Townsend, what's up, family? Who else we got? Donnell Bell, what's up, family? Mo Taylor, Goody Guitar, man, what's up, family? He said Warp Logic. ATP Combat. Oh, man, I was getting ready to do it again. I'm
thinking about changing it back, man. I think I'm throwing everybody off too much. I'm thinking about changing it back to Claymore, man.
Yeah, that throws me off. Storage Invader 70 Deuce. Angel Martinez. What's up, family? Mo Taylor, what's up? Quincy Carter, what's up, family? He said a warped point. I don't understand what you mean.
A warped point.
I don't get what you're trying to say. What's warped about it? We don't know. Yeah. But anyway, Mike Tyson says that Terrence Crawford is in trouble with Canelo Alvarez, and he does not want to see that fight be made. There's a lot of false information. People want to see Shakur Stevenson lose and or injured, just something to go at him with. And so now people are saying that Shakur Stevenson has a fake hand injury, which we clearly see is not real. But people are actually running with it. Country Q, Deuce 5, what's up? People are running with this narrative. I had so many people send it to me. At first, I wasn't even going to address it, right, Clay? Right. I was just going to leave it on the shelf because I'm like, well, clearly that's not real. Right. Crypto Chris, what's up? But so many people reached out to me like, bro, Shakur ain't fighting. Shakur injured his hand. And I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about? And his team said it. I'm like, well, maybe I missed something. Macadocia Mac of the South, what's up? Poncho Villa, what's up, family? Where you been at? Quincy Carter, my brother in the super chat, he said, Bud can't hurt Canelo. Does he get walked down? Absolutely not. Canelo is not Canelo is a strategic boxer puncher. He is not a brawler. That's not who he is. Yes, he can walk you down. Yes, he has a threatening posture. Yes, he has great foot placement. He understands every inch of square circle because he lacks certain physical abilities, right? So he has to make up for it with ring IQ, with know-how, right? With traps, with feints, things of that nature, head movement. So, yeah, Jaden Johnson, what's up? Do me a favor, go ahead and block Jaden Johnson, people. Sakari San Francisco, what's up, family? Ron Toro, what's up? So Canelo Alvarez has a very, very threatening posture, but you got to keep in mind that you see Canelo Alvarez, Gio James Killer 98, what's up? Walk people down that allow him to walk them down. Rude exposure, what's up? When you look at Canelo Alvarez's situation with Caleb Plant, he only started walking Caleb Plant down because Caleb Plant fatigued. Right? He tries. Hey, Kate Crowder, what's up, family? Opinionated boxer, what's up? He walked Caleb Plant down. He tries to get aggressive with certain fighters that don't have a lot of pop, that don't have a lot of shiftiness and craftiness. He'll walk you down. If he don't respect you, yeah, he'll just keep coming, right? But if he respects you, Nick J, peace of blessings, 50%, the chocolate queen. She's in the building. Peace and blessings to you, queen. Peace and blessings. Joel, what's up, my guy? So, so his posture is very threatening, but Canelo needs you to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? He needs his opponents to cooperate. That's why he don't like to fight specific fighters. He wanted Bivol to cooperate. He got frustrated with Dimitri Bivol, but Bivol wouldn't cooperate. Remember, there was moments in the fight where he wanted to tell Bivol, stand and fight. You know what I'm saying? And Bivol was just like, man, I probably don't even know what you're talking about. YG Knight, Mark Fralin, what's up?
What he was saying was cooperate. I need you to cooperate, is what he was saying to Bivol. And Bivol was like, thank God I don't even know what you're saying.
Right. Bivol was like, okay, boxing lesson to resume.
I'm going to take that as a legitimate reason to back away from you and invite you back to the center of the ring. Let's do it that way.
Right. So, Press, what's up, Philly? So he needs you to cooperate. Remember, he did that with Laura, where he stood in the center of the ring, pounded his gloves, played to the crowd, right? Telling Laura, man, stop running, because that's why he said he don't like to fight movers, because he can't keep up. If I'm a cornerback and I run, and this makes some people may understand, some people may not. But if I'm a corner in football, right, and I run a 4.5, I'm a big physical corner. Lawrence Brazier, what's up? I'm a big physical press corner, right? But I'm not very fast. I don't want to go up against Tyreek Hill and fast wide receivers because I have a hard time keeping up. So I can't play my normal game. I got to back up. I got to respect. I'm thinking now so much, right? Chuck, what's up? So that's why 8, what's up, family, in the super chat? Much love, family. He says, salute, OG. Salute to you, family.
Salute, 8.
So that's why Canelo doesn't want to compete with certain fighters. He don't like to be in there with movers. He don't like to be in there with counter punches. Lehman Barber, what's up? He don't like to be in that with athletic guys, especially an athletic guy with power. He don't like it. Period. The brother Apine Boston said Crawford in over his head. How? You don't even believe that. But go ahead, Clay. What do you think about it?
I'm being honest with you, right? Listen, man. You guys are supposed to think Canelo's going to win, right? I mean, it's his division. He's an undisputed champion. Bud is the guy visiting. He's going up to 2 weight classes, really 3 weight classes if you don't even want to count the Madrimov fight. This is what it's all about. You know what I mean? But this is what makes it such a great achievement for Bud. But one thing you guys got to admit is the man has never fallen short of what he said he's going to do when he gets in the ring. He's never done it yet. So you guys cannot get past that and not take that into consideration and use that as well. That Crawford he is undefeated. And not only is he undefeated, but he's the guy who does what people says he can't do. Not only in the ring, but outside the ring. This man is just built. He's just built like that. He's built to go over your expectations. But it makes the fight exciting, guys. It makes September something to look forward to. No matter how you want to look at it, how your opinion looks, you know just as well as me and Blue do that you ain't going to get the answer to that until they get in the ring. Now, the fight is legitimate. Crawford, if anybody can do this, it's going to be Crawford. Who else would you guys put in the ring with Canelo coming up for 154 to go ahead and take this responsibility on, to take this challenge on, right? It's Terrence Bud Crawford. He's undeniable. The man defeats boxing organizations who want to tell him what he's worth. He defeats fighters you say he shouldn't be able to defeat. He does it in dominant ways, right? And of course, this perfect fight with Israel Madrimov comes about. He looks average or like a human being to you guys, because why does he look like that? He looks like that because you're used to him dominating. That's why he looks like that. He looks like that because everybody you see him get in the ring with, he dominates them, except for a handful of people, right? So now he looks human. I'm sure Errol Spence felt the same way when he saw him fight against Sean Porter. Like, oh, man, Sean was running it with him. Yeah, he stopped him, but, his towel got through in a little early. No, that wasn't the case, right? Styles make fights. It makes it that much more amazing. It makes the victory that much more sweet, right? It makes everything that much better, because if Terrence Crawford accomplishes this, there's not an excuse in the book that can be put out there as to why he did it, except for that he's the greatest. He will be in the conversation as the greatest of all time. He'll be in those conversations. He'll be the greatest of this era, without a doubt. The best fighter of this era, hands down, if he gets his victory. You guys won't be able to hold that from him. So yeah, man, Mike Tyson saying it's too much. Canelo's too big. He doesn't like the fight. It makes the fight that much more interesting, because Terrence Crawford at one point in time told you guys he believes in weight classes. He didn't think that fight should happen between him and Canelo, but he went back, looked at the video. He looked at all the intangibles, all the parts that we aren't looking at that he has to take into consideration when he's going to take on a fight. And he came back and said, you know what? That's something I can do. He said, that's something I can do. And that's enough. You guys got to stop. You don't got to stop anything, actually. This is beautiful. You don't have to actually stop anything. Keep doing what you're doing. Call the fight. Say Canelo's going to win. Say Terrence is going to win. Make the fight interesting. It's building up to be one of the biggest fights that could be possibly made in boxing today. Canelo Alvarez. It's getting to the point to where they're not even talking about David Benavidez and Canelo anymore.
Yeah, no, it kind of subsided. It kind of overshadowed it now.
Yeah. This fight is becoming that fight.
And I think a lot has to do with the fact that it's more realistic too.
Exactly. It looks like it's going to happen. It's something real. It's something real, man. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. You know, I mean, I respect everybody's opinion on it though, because I understand. I mean, if you,
it's not far-fetched to you know, because he is moving up in weight. The problem is, and salute to Todd French 600, my brother in the super chat. He said, "Boy, for the win on code, Ninja's got to hate Cook." It's not hate. Oh, and then CX, what's up? It's not hate. It's just
some of it's hate. Some of it's a little hate.
Some people are right. But for the most part, you got to understand style matchups, right? If we talk about Crawford and Benavidez, okay,
right,
I'll be on board. But y'all got to understand, Canelo Alvarez has fought at 147 pounds. Okay, he's not a big super middleweight. Everybody he fought at super middleweight was clearly, visibly much bigger than him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they're not as skilled. So to give you guys an example, like I said before, the guys that beat Canelo Alvarez are not beating him with size. And he's not beating them with his size. He's beating them with skills. There's a difference, right? Caleb Smith is bigger than Dimitri Bivol. Caleb Plant is bigger than Dimitri Bivol.
Right.
Sergey Kovalev is bigger than Dimitri Bivol. Billy Joe Saunders is probably about the same size as Dimitri Bivol. Canelo beat all those guys, but he lost to him. Reason being, it had nothing to do with his size. It was his skills. But to justify him losing, they told you that he was daring to be great and he went up to a step too far, which is false. Because you just beat Caleb Smith, who now, if I'm not mistaken, don't he fight at cruiserweight?
Caleb
Smith.
Caleb is going to be fighting at light heavyweight, I believe, against Buatsi on this card, right? Isn't Caleb fighting Buatsi? He's fighting Buatsi at light heavyweight.
At 175. At light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Now Canelo didn't knock him out, but and here's the thing: we seen Canelo Alvarez get outboxed, people.
Mm-hmm.
And specific styles bother Canelo Alvarez. Terrence Crawford, unless Terrence Crawford get hit with a punch that he don't see and just gets knocked smooth out. You're right, Clay. And gets knocked smooth out, which is possible because it's boxing. But come on, people. We gotta, and again, we're not saying that your opinion doesn't matter or is not valid. Because it is, because he is moving up in weight. But y'all have to understand styles. Everybody keeps regurgitating the same thing. He's too big. He is not too big.
Yeah, man. This is why the fight was this is what he went back. At first, he thought about weight classes. You guys acknowledge that at one point in time, he acknowledged it was weight classes for a reason. He acknowledged, like, yo, this guy is just way too big for me. But he looked at it, he thought about it. He was like, yo, this dude ain't that big. And here's another thing. We see how effective he's been. And I'm telling you, I'm somebody who subscribes to the idea that Canelo Alvarez went up to 168 and took advantage of a lot of slow fighters. He took advantage of a lot of fighters who couldn't keep up, and he just happened to have that power that translated well up there, and he was able to get his respect in that division. But at the end of the day, we can't act like this guy isn't fighting David Benavidez for a reason. He's aware of the size the adversity of people being way bigger than him. He's aware of the disadvantage of that.
Right.
Terrence Crawford is also aware. But I'll ask you this question, Blue. Being that, like I said, I subscribe to the idea that he's actually taking advantage of a lot of dudes that are bigger than him. It seems like the people he struggled with have been the smaller guys. It's been the faster guys, the more athletic guys. It's been those guys, the Erislandy Laras, Floyd Mayweathers, you know what I'm saying? What's my guy's name? Even Dimitri Bivol, athletic, you know what I mean, for 175. I think there's a lot of
Saunders was giving him problems.
Exactly. And obviously Caleb as well. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I tell you guys, even Amir Khan was running it with him until Amir got stopped. He was running it with him. He was handling him. Right. So
and what's the problem that Amir Khan made? The problem that, and so when people use these examples, not to cut you off, right, Clay?
No, yeah.
But when people use these examples like Amir Khan, right, they'll say, well, look, he knocked Amir Khan out. But what y'all not understanding is that Amir Khan made the same mistake against Canelo that he made against Danny Garcia, Brettis Prescott, and Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
It wasn't the size. It's the fighter.
Right.
The mistake that Amir Khan made against Canelo Alvarez is the mistake he always makes. He did the same thing against Brettis Prescott when he got knocked out. He did the same thing against Danny Garcia when he got knocked out. Did the same thing against Terrence Crawford when he got knocked out. Then he quit against Terrence Crawford because he knew he was getting ready to get brutally knocked out.
Right.
Right? And what's the common denominator, right, Clay? He was boxing with all of them except Terrence Crawford.
Right. Right.
So the thing is, Amir Khan, if he didn't have the issue where he makes this silly mistake of staying in the pocket for way too long and over trusting his hand speed and throwing too many combination punches in one sitting, he's a rhythm fighter, right? So what happens is you can time Amir Khan because he falls in a bad habit of rhythm fighting. Kell Brook did the same thing, Clay.
Yes, he did. He legitimately did, man.
Right. And he did what? He did the same mistakes.
They get lulled into a false sense of security and believe that they can do. They leave, and Canelo bets on you doing that. He was trying to get Bivol to do it. He was trying to stay up against Rowe, keep his hands up, and get Bivol to overcommit. And Bivol would recognize that and be like, nah, bro, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do a 3-4 punch combination, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm going to get up out of there. We're going to reset this whole situation, bring the fight back to the middle of the ring, and you're going to have to show me. You're not going to just walk me into something. You're going to earn it. Canelo's going to have to make adjustments, and he's going to have to play cerebral warfare with Terrence Crawford on the night they get in that ring. He's going to have to trick him, set him up. You're going to have to play chess with Terrence and walk Terrence into something Terrence doesn't see coming.
And also, another thing is, another false sense when people keep saying, well, you got to, if he don't have power to keep him off him, he going to get walked down, like the great brother just said. Well, Floyd didn't have no power. Bivol wasn't landing no massive power punches.
That's not what it was.
Lara wasn't landing no massive power punches.
Yeah.
So people are the misconception. I seen somebody today sent me something to say, man, Triple G, he took this massive. There's a highlight going around. Don't know if you saw it.
Probably not.
There's a highlight going around that Triple G landed these couple of big punches on him, and they like he ate it. Now, how is Terrence Crawford going? It doesn't. It's not that. It just shows the lack of understanding. Our Fat Boy 5 said he's not Floyd. Neither is Lara. Neither is Bivol.
Yeah. Neither is Amir.
Dimitri Bivol and Erislandy Lara Floyd Mayweather? Is Caleb Plant and Amir Khan Floyd Mayweather? No. Billy Joe Saunders Floyd Mayweather? No. The difference is they made mistakes. They all had the same thing in common. They just didn't make the mistake. Floyd just didn't make the mistake that they made.
That's it.
And he didn't run out of gas. Caleb Plant ran out of gas and got too overly confident, started talking to Canelo, told him, I'm good. respect me, and all these things, right? He fell into a trap. He didn't knock Caleb Plant out until the 11th round.
Yeah.
And that was a close fight. People thought Billy Joe Saunders was winning the fight, Clay.
Why do you think Caleb wants the rematch so bad?
Right.
Caleb wants to. Caleb knows. He's like, yo, bro, I know what I did wrong. I'm not saying I'm definitely going to win, but I'm telling you it's going to be a way more competitive fight next fight, because I know one thing he didn't do was outclass me. He didn't do that. My conditioning came up in questions. I overcommitted. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't have that right conditioning. I believe you fix my conditioning, I win that fight. Does he? I don't know. You know what I mean? But I could see where he's coming from. I can see where he's coming from, Blue.
Another thing is people talking about the size difference. Billy Joe Saunders started at 154.
Right.
And then you look at Billy Joe Saunders next to Canelo, and he was bigger than Canelo. Canelo is not a big 68-pounder, people. I keep telling y'all, he's heavy. He's not big. There's a difference. There's a difference in being short and stocky and being heavy and being big. There's a difference.
I'm telling you. I don't think Terrence comes in the ring. I don't think he hits 168. I think he hits like 164. You feel me? I think
160, 165, something like that.
Something like that. He's gonna come in shape. He's gonna make sure he's in shape. He's not gonna be caught up on the size, guys. He's not gonna be caught. I'm just saying that just to say that he's not caught up on the size. The size isn't what he plans on bringing to the table. It's gonna win this fight. He's gonna get his weight and be comfortable, but he's gonna be more concerned with being athletic and in great condition and ready to run Canelo like a racehorse for 12 rounds. Mm-hmm. He's gonna push it. And I'm telling you guys that body, you'll see. I'm telling you, that body work is gonna be if he wins this fight, it's gonna be a great body campaign that you guys have not seen in a long time. That you're gonna be like, damn, he's not trying to crack Canelo's chin. That's not the game plan.
Right.
I'm telling you, bro.
Again, like I said, he don't have to knock out Canelo. Right. He can win on points. It's the points. All the fights that you arguably say Canelo didn't get knocked out, he was losing on points. And the 100%. Reason he's losing on points is because he has a physical limitation. Yeah. His feet. And he's not a tall, rangy guy. When you're not a tall, rangy guy, see, the thing Mike Tyson had was he had fast hands and fast feet. So even though he wasn't the most rangy guy and the tallest guy, he still was able to close the gap extremely quick because he had fast hands and fast feet, like Manny Pacquiao and Tank Davis.
Yeah,
that's why they have so much success against guys that are so much taller, bigger, and athletic.
I agree, Blue. I think Born Rich, I'm not saying he won't go for the stoppage. I'm saying don't look for. You won't see Terrence chasing that around all night long and becoming discouraged because he's not able to do it. If it comes to him, if Canelo walks into something, we all know Terrence is available to stop you. He has no problem with doing that if it's there. But I think he's going in this understanding the reality of the adversity that he's facing. And I think between him and Bomac and his team, I think you're talking about a bunch of cerebral guys who are going to put down a strategy that involves winning outside of stopping him. They're going to make a strategy that's built around the win.
He has a 4-inch arm reach advantage. He has power in both hands. What y'all not understanding is Terrence Crawford has enough power to get his attention. He has power in both hands, which means he can land punches on Canelo that Canelo doesn't see. He has angles that Canelo doesn't see. Another thing people continue to say, which I don't understand why they say these things, is, he struggled against Israel Madrimov, right? Number one, Israel Madrimov and Canelo fight nothing alike. Nothing alike.
Like going this way,
right?
That way. Like
Madrimov is herky-jerky, right? I was surprised at the style because you look at the history, he never fought like that.
Exactly.
So I was surprised in the style he bought. But not just that. When you look at this, Terrence Crawford hurt Israel Madrimov a few times in the fight, and nobody is acknowledging that.
They won't.
They're only acknowledging, Crawford got hit. Canelo can't. Well, the timing, to give you guys an example of what I'm trying to say, and I'll let Clay
But I want to ask you a question on what you're saying about the Madrimov situation too, because if Crawford was pillow fisted and wasn't hurting Madrimov, why did Madrimov commit to the herky jerkiness the whole fight? Why at some point in the fight did Madrimov be like, hold on, this guy doesn't have nothing for me? Why? It's the same thing they used to say about Floyd. Oh, you know what I mean? He pillow fisted. Where was the guy who walked him down and didn't care?
Trying to walk him down. And so now you look at this, right? When people say these things, now I know people have a hard time getting past the obvious, which is I'm trying to explain something to people, but they always go to, well, he's not him. What I'm saying is, when Floyd Mayweather fought against Maidana, Chop Corley, Castillo, right? These guys were hitting Floyd Mayweather.
De La Hoya, even though he was
right to a degree, right?
Right.
They were hitting Floyd Mayweather, right? But when he fought the best fighters that are better than them, he didn't get hit. So when he fought against Diego Corrales, he didn't get hit. When he fought against Canelo Alvarez, he didn't get hit. When he fought against Manny Pacquiao, he got hit one time that everybody talks about in the entire fight that you can remember.
Right.
So you got to understand, people, when people say, well, if Madrimov hit him, imagine what Canelo going to do. Who's to say Canelo's going to hit him? See, people said the same thing. Well, he was getting hit by Gamboa. Imagine what Errol Spence going to do. Well, Spence didn't hit him. He was getting hit by Hank Lundy. Imagine what Victor Postol going to do. Victor Postol didn't hit him.
Period.
So you got to understand, it's the mindset of a specific fighter going into a specific fight. So stop saying, well, I heard Coach Malachi said this earlier, right? I heard a clip that he said, well, Iran Barkley, Tommy Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran. Iran Barkley beats Tommy Hearns twice. Roberto Duran goes behind him and beats Iran Barkley.
Right.
So we always use the triangle theory. Vernon Forrest,
never works.
Mosley, Ricardo Mayorga, right? You guys got to stop understanding the sport, because I see a lot of people in the chat right now. So that means he could whip Jermell Charlo? First of all, I thought he would beat Jermell Charlo. Second of all, I don't know about whipping him, but styles make fights. Again,
that's a fact.
Styles make fights.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Blue, and I think this is something. This is a fight boxing needs, because I think people put a lot of weight and pressure on the weight thing, right? And it's there, right? It's there. It makes a difference, but there are certain fighters that are special fighters, Blue, that just supersede all the norms. You know what I'm saying? What a lot of fighters can't do, special fighters can do, bro. It's just part of the whole entire equation on how things come full circle, right? What some fighters can do, what most fighters can't do, special fighters can do. Right. This is why you guys, we don't have to do nothing, but I push for a fight like this, because you don't get an opportunity to see fights like this very often. When Roy Jones decided to go up and fight John Ruiz, it wasn't. I think more people had more faith in Roy Jones at the time, because he was kind of superhuman. But it was the same thing when you really look at it. You know what I'm saying? He's going up in weight, fighting heavyweight, and nobody, what is he doing up there? And you saw how he was able to handle that. A special fighter can do that. Not any fighter can do that. This guy was a super middleweight talking about he wanted to fight Mike Tyson. I'm sure that sounded insane at the time. But special fighters do special things, man. And Terrence Crawford has proven time and time again he's a special fighter, man. If anybody could do this, it would be Terrence, man. It would be Terrence.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. People got to understand, Terrence Crawford's skill set matches up perfect with Canelo Alvarez's flaws. It's not to say Canelo's not great. It's not to say Canelo's not a threat. It's not to say Canelo can't win. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying, see, the reason, and somebody said this, oh, y'all see y'all saying that everything what Terrence Crawford can do to win, not what Canelo can win, because the mass majority of people think Canelo's going to win, and the reason that everybody thinks he's going to win is all common: his size. Nobody in this chat believes Canelo's going to outbox Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, nobody believes that. They just believe he's just gonna knock him out. They believe he's gonna hit him with the craziest shot that you guys have ever seen. And meanwhile, you never seen Terrence Crawford sit there. I don't know. It's crazy that you guys just feel like this man's gonna sit there. And
it's like, again, that's why I keep saying, right, Clay? But people keep saying like, yeah, he gonna knock him out. You keep saying the same thing over and over. Y'all don't. The boxing fans never learn. It's just like the Floyd Pacquiao situation. How's Pacquiao going to beat Floyd? He gonna knock him out. That was the only thing people said as to how Manny Pacquiao is going to win the fight.
Yeah.
Nobody said he gonna outbox him. So, like Shakur said, if your only path to beat me is knocking me out, you already lost.
Period.
And we're talking about dealing with another great fighter. Now, if he's not, and again, this is no slight or disrespect to the other fighters that he fought, right? This is no disrespect to the Caleb Plants and Billy Joe Saunders, whatever. They have flaws that are highlighted that we know. No disrespect, but Terrence Crawford is a greater fighter than them.
Period.
It just is what it is.
Period.
So when you look at those intangibles, if anybody can carry out the task, it's Terrence Crawford. See the difference between Terrence Crawford. See, here's another thing that people don't realize. And I'm not tooting my own horn or nothing of that. I've been around Terrence Crawford and I've been around Erislandy Lara. They are the same size. They're the same size. So let me ask you guys a question. If we talk about Erislandy Lara in his absolute prime,
right,
against 168-pound Canelo, does Canelo knock out Lara? No. Because Canelo packs on, he's actually going to be slower. So do you think Lara could be the 54-pounder and go up to 68? Do you think Canelo is going to suddenly knock out Erislandy Lara?
He's not.
He's not. Reason being is because why, Clay? Lara is not going to make the mistakes that Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant, and everybody else are made.
Yeah. He has the poise to carry out the assignment. And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to having that poise, the ability to be ahead and still stick to your game plan, the ability to be looking good and continue to do what's making you look good. See, fighters have a habit of looking good, and then in their mind, you know what? I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna take a bigger risk because I'm doing so good. Let me take a risk. No, that's his hope. That's where his victory lies. That's what he's holding on to. I use mixed martial arts as an example. George St. Pierre is a Hall of Fame, one of the best MMA fighters to ever fight in the sport. And one of the things that he brought to the table that made him who he was his versatility. He wrestled, he striked, he grappled, he did everything on an equivalent level. Like he was superior in all these spaces. But when he fought you, what you do, we're not doing tonight. Right. Could I out grapple you? Probably, but you don't strike well. So guess what we're doing all night long? Oh, you strike well. I can probably outstrike you. I'm a X amount of degree black belt in karate. I have striking, but you don't wrestle well. Guess what we're doing tonight? We're wrestling all night long. It's not about me beating you at. It's not about me beating you at doing what you do. It's about winning the fight. Terrence is going to do what he's supposed to do to win the fight because he has poise. He's disciplined like that. He lives a disciplined lifestyle. Everything about Terrence Crawford screams discipline. He plays darts. He plays chess. He plays, he wrestles. He boxes. He plays basketball. He does well at everything. Why? because he's a super disciplined person. He eats correctly. He stays with his woman, 6 kids into the game, same woman. He has no problems. He's not falling for the okie doke. He's not in the club. He's not drinking. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. He's right where he's supposed to be. He believes in the results that he's able to produce when he's disciplined. This is what he's going to bring to the space that people aren't acknowledging. He's not going to make these mistakes. Canelo's going to have to literally be better than Terrence Crawford to beat Terrence Crawford, not catch Terrence Crawford making a mistake. That's not what he's going to be able to count on.
And this is what people don't understand. He's so disciplined. Just today, I was looking at his Instagram story, and he had a plate of macaroni and cheese, and I'm like, shocked. Like, you can eat macaroni and cheese? That's how disciplined he is. So what we're trying to explain to you guys is that he lives a fighter's lifestyle. He's a special fighter. You guys are going to be, again, my belief is, I think a lot of people are going to be shocked. Yeah. Don't miss, you're going to be shocked, and then guess what? I don't think he's going to fight after that.
Yeah, I think he's done.
I think he's going
to, especially if he gets undisputed. Especially if Canelo fights William Skull, gets that belt back, and he's going to be a 3-weight class undisputed, 5-weight class, 3-weight class undisputed, 5-weight class champion.
Right.
Put him in the books.
Right.
He's done.
Right.
He's done. He's going to laugh. He's going to laugh, and it's going to be one of the best laughs he ever had, bro. He might even cry. You might even see him cry because he knows he accomplished something. It's going to be very hard for other people to accomplish. You know, you set certain goals and you make certain things happen. Somebody will eventually break that record. But when you set the bar up that high, he puts us as fans in a position to win, because whoever that is that breaks that record, man, it's going to be such a pleasure, such a blessing to watch that guy accomplish that feat of breaking the record that Terrence Crawford's about to put out there. It's going to be amazing to watch that. He's going to be in the books forever, man, as one of the greatest to ever do it, and hands down the greatest of this era. He will be the greatest of this era. If he beats Canelo Alvarez, he will be the greatest of this era. Who else are you going to put in there?
He's the best of this era already.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But this feat right here, come on, man.
Oh, no disrespect. This separates him from Andre Ward now.
Yes.
Because Andre Ward passed him the baton, right?
Yup.
And went up and beat Sergey Kovalev. That was just a weight class up. He goes and beats Canelo. That separates him from a lot of people.
I mean, you're just going to, if you don't like him, you're just going to have to hate on him, and it's going to make you look foolish if he accomplishes something like that. If you're not able to just be humble and just celebrate that man for what he does and just talk about him in a certain way when it comes to boxing, you're going to be a hater. And I'm expecting y'all to be haters, the ones who are haters, but man, this man is going for something amazing, man. He's going for something really amazing, bro. And to shoot it down, it's whatever, bro. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right?
And that's the thing I don't get. The thing I don't get the most is that this is not something that, why is people acting like it's never been done before?
Right.
The bizarre part is there's people acting like it's never been done before by people that actually did it.
Yeah.
It's bizarre to me. For Bernard Hopkins to say that, it's like, you did it yourself. And then to say he didn't look good against Madrimov, that he didn't look that good against Madrimov. Bro, you lost to Jermaine Taylor twice.
Talk to him.
You didn't look good against Jermaine Taylor the first time, and you definitely didn't look good against Jermaine Taylor the second time. No, you lost. Crawford didn't even lose to Madrimov.
He just looked human, man. That's it.
He didn't even look human. It's just Madrimov wasn't cooperating, so he only could take what Madrimov was giving him.
Right. But that made him look human. And I say that again to say that off the strength of you guys are only saying what you're saying about him because you're used to him looking a certain way. That's how much of a great fighter he is. You're used to him being a certain way. So when you seen him like working against Madrimov, you're like, oh man, this ain't Terrence. He must be losing it. Terrence usually, but they won't acknowledge that.
And he got popped with, I rewatched it, right? He got popped. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got popped with the jab. Yeah, he got popped with because he was trying to figure out and understand the awkwardness of Madrimov. It's the
Mhm.
same thing why Floyd got hit by Maidana, because they're very awkward, unorthodox fighters.
Right.
They're not rhythm and timing fighters. Canelo is not that. Canelo is a rhythm and a timing fighter. Right? He is not a bull in china shop. He's not throwing these wild, crazy angle punches that come over like this, like Triple G used to knock you out with this punch right here. He used to hit you where they teach you not to hit you, on the top of the head and the forehead. That's where Triple G want to hit you. They say he don't hit you there because you're going to break your hand. Triple G hit you there and knock you out. That's why you don't see that punch coming. Right? Canelo is more of a textbook fighter. He's going to throw the textbook taught combinations. People don't understand. One old guy opinion, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco. On in the super chat. He said from the waist down, Canelo looks like he is walking in wet mud. He got no wheels, no lower body mobility. Exactly. That's why he don't like to fight athletic movers. Quincy Carter, my brother in the super chat, he said, what's the difference in Canelo Floyd beat and Canelo Bud faces? The difference is Canelo does have, I'm glad you said that. The difference is Canelo does have experience and he's heavier. And we're going to dive deep into that because I'm glad you asked that question. But let me get the rest of the super chat. Ron Toro, brother in the super chat, dropping that half a on into the super chat. He said, Shalom, Blue. Do you think Bud and his team knows getting a decision against Canelo will be highly unlikely and he's probably game planning to try and hurt him? They have to know that. They have to go in this fight knowing that. I mean, it became an ongoing thing after that Floyd Mayweather decision. Some people thought that it was just a fluke, right, Clay? Some people like, all right, it was an anomaly, whatever. But then you just started seeing it continuously start to happen. The Triple G fight, the Lara fight, it just became like, bro, what? Even what? If I'm not mistaken, Clay, and correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't the Bivol fight like a split decision or something like that? A majority decision?
I think it was a unanimous decision. Was it? I think it was unanimous. I'll tell you right now, though. You see, I changed my name back. Hold on a second.
Yeah, because it's too confusing.
I think it throws people off. I'm gonna tell you right now, though. Saul, yeah. Saul.
While Clay doing that, salute to one old guy opinion, brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on this in the super chat.
Yeah, unanimous.
It was unanimous. Okay. Yeah. They said the heavier Canelo is, the slower his feet are. Been beaten 2 times, and blueprint for his defeat is in full display. Bud knows this too. Right. The blueprint for him, we've seen him lose before. And we've seen how he loses. It's no secret how to beat Canelo Alvarez. Right. It's just that you just can't make a mistake, because the thing about Canelo Alvarez is he's extremely smart. He's like Tank Davis without the athletic ability, right? From the waist up, he's athletic like Tank. From the waist down, he's nothing like Tank, right? And Tank beats a lot of fighters with his brain and his feet, right? And that's how Canelo has to beat you. There's a difference. Tank chooses to beat you that way because he can use his athletic ability to beat you. He chooses to beat you in the manner he chooses to beat you. Canelo has to beat you that way because his physical limitations won't allow him to do anything else. He has to beat you with his traps, with his feints, and his foot placement. He has to do that. Otherwise, if you're any type of mobile fighter, he's in trouble. I mean, we've seen it. Every time he's in there with a mobile athletic boxer, he's losing or getting outboxed.
Yeah.
The difference is Tank allows himself to be in those positions. Canelo has no choice. Yeah. Todd French 600, my brother in the super chat, he said, "You mean beating them with the WBC approved clenbuterol?" Yeah, man.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
You get to that point in the game where you factor in all these intangibles, but you do what a wise man once said, man. You focus on what you can't control and you let God do the rest. You know, you have faith in VADA, you have faith in the people that are there to check that out. You don't become overwhelmed with that. You focus on being the best fighter that you've ever been in your whole life that night. And, you know, if he's going to be on something, he's going to get beat up on that. That's how you look at it. You know what I mean? You can't let it go through your mind and overwhelm you.
Exactly. Salute to Dub Blake, Deuce, brother in the super chat, dropping that. Dub! On the super chat. Salute, Blue. People keep saying Crawford only want to fight Canelo for a payday. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Crawford turn down more money to fight McGregor than he's going to make against Canelo? 1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%, great brother. 1,000%. And furthermore, this is prize fighting. And another thing is, you're talking about two athletes that are considered the best in the sport. Why wouldn't he want the bag? Yeah. Of course he will want the bag. Again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier when I said it makes no sense when I have people, when I listen to people like Bernard Hopkins say stuff like he's just chasing the bag. Bro, what are you talking about? Canelo jumped 15 pounds himself. Mm-hmm. He jumped from 160 after beating Danny Jacobs to 175 to fight Sergey Kovalev. So was he just chasing the bag? And the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, Clay, wasn't Bernard Hopkins and Golden Boy still his promoters?
Yeah, I think so.
So what make this make sense?
It's just, you know, oh, man, listen, man, some people are just limited in the way that they think. They when they start thinking in a way where what Terrence Crawford accomplishes somehow diminishes or, you know, reflects anything on, you know, maybe what they've done. I don't know, man. You'll never know. And maybe he just genuinely just believes that. Maybe he genuinely just believes that Terrence Crawford just isn't like that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, yeah, I did it, but Terrence ain't me. You know what I'm saying? What I did, Terrence can't do. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I got a smile on my face and I'm super excited about this fight because of those comments, because of those people. You know, one thing that made the Terrence Crawford win over Errol Spence so amazing, and it was just such an exciting and huge victory, was the doubt. Was the fact that he was going to be too small, that he wasn't going to be able to deal with the body shots. He wasn't going to be able to deal with the power shots, that, you know, eventually he's going to break. Even Derek James was like, this dude, it doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. And to see it be a one-side affair, him get dominated that way, just showed you, man. It just showed you the power of will, hard work, commitment. Terrence has done everything right when it comes to his boxing career as far as how he's lived his life. The no drinking, the no smoking, the discipline, all these different factors are going to factor in who he's going to be in September when he fights Canelo. It's all going to be part of the reason. People who don't do what he did ain't going to get the results or even be in a fight like this if it happens. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good, guys. It's all good. Like, you're supposed to not believe it. This is gonna blow your mind even more than it blow. Like me and Blue, and our minds aren't gonna be blown on the same level as y'all. Y'all the ones who really gonna have this experience. We're gonna be like, man, we're gonna celebrate and be happy for Crawford, like we told you guys. But all the non-believers you're gonna revisit the way you analyze fights. You're gonna remember this fight. You're gonna reference this fight when you analyze fights in the future. You're going to be like, yeah, they said the same thing to Bud, though. Don't you remember when he fought Canelo? You know, he was able to do this, that, and the other, and he was able. I didn't think he could, but now everything opens up. This is great for the boxing fan who's in denial about what Bud can do. You know what I mean? And worst case scenario, Bud loses and you guys are right. And you know more about boxing than us, right? Whatever, bro. See you guys in September.
Mm-hmm. and the thing is, he wins this fight, and convincingly, he's going to rewrite how people view certain fights.
Right.
He's going to rewrite it.
Yeah.
Salute to Doc. Doc, where you been at, Doc? On it's in the super chat. He said, my concern is only the weight. Caleb Smith's arm looked like Evan bowling ball. LOL. Yeah. But again, Caleb Smith cooperated, Doc.
Right.
He sat on the ropes and he allowed with a high guard. He didn't even understand. Remember, he said, I didn't know what he was doing. until like the 9th round that he was trying to he was purposely punching his biceps and punching his arms so he couldn't jab and box.
Right.
And so Caleb Smith said his arms is hurting. He didn't realize my legs ain't hurting. You can still use your legs, but he said, he just laid on the ropes and started taking unnecessary punishment. He cooperated. Canelo Alvarez needs you to cooperate. Remember,
he drank the Kool-Aid too. He thought that Canelo was small. He said, I don't care how much this dude punches me. He a little guy.
Right.
He didn't believe.
And Canelo, again, but Clay, that goes back to what we're saying. He's a smart fighter. So he understood, I can't box with this dude. I'm not going to walk him down. When I trap him, I got to limit him somehow. How I'm going to limit him? I'm going to punch his arms. So don't let him punch no more. Can't keep his arms up, and he can't jab. He physically takes away what you do best.
Right.
Right. So, but when you look at Bivol, he tried that with Dimitri Bivol, and Bivol was like, no, 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 no. And Dimitri Bivol is a lot smaller than Caleb Smith. He's a lot smaller than Caleb Smith. So that lets you know it wasn't about the size. It was about the ring IQ.
Right.
Dimitri Bivol said, I understood what he was trying to do. He was going to try to implement the same game plan he did on Caleb Smith. I'm not him. I'm not Caleb Smith.
No.
I'm not sitting on the ropes. So remember when he had Bivol trapped on the ropes? Bivol slide to his, and that's another thing. That's another thing. Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, they tried to, what Andre Ward always say, I'm not letting you sneak out the back door without paying the price. Right? Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant, when you go back and rewatch the fight, they were only trying to escape and slip out the same direction. They created a habit.
Yeah, the same way Frank did against Tank when he got caught up in his demise.
Right. They create a pattern. So
right.
Now Canelo Alvarez picked up on the pattern. Oh, you're just trying to slip over here. You're more comfortable slipping over here. You only slip this way if you feel absolutely necessary that you're in danger and you ain't got no choice but to go this way.
Exactly.
You don't want to go that way. So it's just like in basketball. Oh, you can't go to your left? I'm a position myself a certain way.
Right.
So you ain't got no choice but to go to your left.
Right.
I'm taking the right away because I know, and if you beat me going to the left, kudos to you.
Right.
But you won't beat me, and that's Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to take away what you do best because I'm physically challenged. Mello, brother in the super chat, dropping that on into the super chat. He said, Floyd used to say, I take away all the things you do best. Exactly. But not many fighters, some fighters you have are too cocky where they like, nah, I ain't got to adjust to what you do. You got to adjust to me.
Yeah.
Some fighters are too cocky like that. And that's what happens. It hurts.
That's what I was saying earlier. Yeah, exactly. Whatever you do that you do great, we're not doing that tonight.
Right.
You're going to have to do the other thing.
Right.
Like you do the best thing you do, you're going to have to do the other thing that same way. And if you can't do that other thing that way, well, it's going to be a long night for you, bro. You're going to get frustrated because I have no plans on cooperating with you.
I'm not cooperating.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. It's like Michael Jordan, right, Clay? Remember, he's like, force him to his left. Then that didn't work. Well, force him to shoot that didn't work. So what they result to? All right, the Jordan rules. Make him hit the floor every time he come down.
But hit him in his...
Just get physical with him.
Yeah.
You ain't going to stop him doing nothing else, so let's just get physical with him.
Shout out to Detroit, right?
Yeah.
It was like, we gonna literally beat you up, bro.
Yeah. No, we can't do. Okay, well, we just going to and what did Canelo Alvarez do? Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Okay, well, I'm just going to beat your arms up, your biceps up.
Yep.
You ain't going to be able to jab no more. That's what Canelo Alvarez does, people. He's a mind fighter. He is not. People confuse him One old guy opinion, my brother back in the building, back in the super chat, dropping another half a on the super chat. He said Canelo is the same fighter since Floyd, never changed. Slow feet, throws too many big punches, gets frustrated when he hits hard. When his hard hits have no effect, can't adjust. Example with fights with Floyd, Triple G, and Bivol. This is and we're gonna get into that. I just wanted to get all the super chats off. Ron Toro, brother, back in the building, back in the super chat, dropping a Cinco on it in the super chat. He said Marjamov had Canelo style, he would have gotten stopped. If Marjamov had Canelo style, that fight would have looked a lot different because he would have been a lot more predictable. And Terrence Crawford and Terrence Crawford would have picked up on patterns. There's things, it's just easier. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't understand. Adrian D in the super chat said, who do you think Bud should fight before Canelo? I said this before. I said that I would like to see him fight Sergey Derevyanchenko if he's going to fight again before he fights Canelo. I would love to see it. Shelton LDBC, what's up, family? I would like to see him fight like a guy like Sergey Derevyanchenko. Sergey Derevyanchenko has a lot of intangibles and skill sets and habits and patterns and things that Canelo Alvarez does. He's not as good as Canelo Alvarez, but he has a lot of things that they're the same size. They both counter punches. They both have high ring IQs. They're both very durable, and they're the same size. So I like that Sergey Derevyanchenko fight. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said that. You know what I mean? Because I just think they have a lot of similarities that he can pick up and draw from it. But but back to this, right, Clay? The brother said, I'm gonna let you go on this because I've been cooking for a while. He says, what's the difference between the version of Floyd fought Canelo to this version?
The difference between the version that Floyd fought of Canelo and the version that Bud is going to fight in Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
I think, though, in my opinion, if I were to say there was the biggest difference is that Canelo's become way more comfortable in fighting the way he fights now. I think when he went up in weight, the reason for it was that so that he could force bigger fighters, to fight the way he was more comfortable in fighting, right? I think, dare I say, Canelo evolved into a fighter that is nowhere near the athletic fighter he was when he fought Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He's gotten comfortable, and I think he's going to need athleticism to fight Terrence. I think it would have been harder, maybe, for a harder fight for Terrence Crawford to fight. Not that fighter, because he didn't have the experience. He was still a young guy, but he's definitely gotten comfortable in that high guard. You know what I mean? Punching in between your punches, being faster than you, knowing that he's going to be faster than you because you're that much bigger than him, knowing that his punches are going to be shorter than your punches, working on getting that power up and just becoming a stronger puncher as he went up in weight. And I think he's going to fight a fighter who's going to require a lot more cerebral athleticism. You know what I'm saying? For him to be able to accomplish it. It's going to be one thing to be able to think about it and know what to do, but it's going to also be another thing to be quicker than Terrence Crawford. Getting hit, it's going to be hard to catch Terrence Crawford in the middle of his punches. You're not going to be faster than Terrence Crawford. Mm-hmm. I think this fighter is a very beatable fighter in comparison to the fighter that fought Floyd Mayweather. I know it sounds crazy because he was so much younger, but he was so much more athletic. He was just so much more agile. He's not that guy anymore, man. And he hasn't knocked out somebody since when? When was the last time Canelo Crawford knocked somebody out? Who was it?
He knocked out Caleb Plant.
I mean, but I knew you were going to say that, but at the same time, I mean, Caleb that was it though, right? He didn't do it to John Ryder. He didn't do it to Jaime. He didn't do it to Edgar. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do it to Jamel, a smaller fighter. I don't know, man.
Yeah, he. The difference is Jose Ayala, brother in the super chat. Much love, family. He said Blue Bud versus Canelo 50-50 fight, or you heavily favor Bud. Oh, it's 50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50 for sure.
It's 50-50 for sure. I just favor Terrence Crawford, but it's 50-50 for sure, 1,000%. Can't take that. Canelo's a great fighter. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He just has physical limitations that I think Terrence Crawford is going to take advantage of, and that will be too much for him to overcome, and he'll beat Canelo Alvarez. Warrior Class the Third, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub on it. He says, salute Blue and Claymore. Since Father Time is undefeated, will this play a factor with Bud or Canelo? More so with Terrence Crawford, right? Less active and older. So if Father Time does tap anybody on the shoulder, it would be Terrence Crawford, right, in this situation. And the reason I think that that's the case is because they both live fighter lifestyles. Canelo Alvarez lives a fighter's lifestyle just like Terrence Crawford. He don't balloon up in between fights. He don't drink. He don't drug. He don't do none of those things. Now I know he promotes his brand and all those things, but he lives a fighter's lifestyle. He's in the gym 24/7, 365. You know what I'm saying? So he lives a fighter's lifestyle. So if Father Time is to tap anybody on the shoulder, I think it would be Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? But I don't think Father Time's going to tap either one of them on the shoulder for this fight. I would definitely love to see Band Up. What up, nephew? I would have definitely loved to see Terrence Crawford just stay active. You know what I'm saying? For timing and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Just to stay active, keep or keep the joints oiled. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
For those reasons, I would like to see him stay active. You know what I mean? But as far as the difference between my thoughts on the difference between this version and that version, there's no difference. The difference is, like Clay said, he hit the nail on the head, is that today's time, he's a lot more comfortable being flat-footed, being strategic, and being a counterpuncher. Those days, he would try to force the fight, right? He may not be able to keep up. Like, he was swinging for the fences against Lara and Floyd, right? Like, he wasn't trying to just let them run away with this. Today's time, even if he's losing, like he's losing against Caleb Plant, he's still lethargic, right? Still slow guy. You know, he still has the understanding that, he still has the understanding that you're going to make a mistake. And when you make a mistake, I'm going to capitalize.
100%.
So, hold on one second.
Yep. Yeah, man. I thought somebody was saying something that was crazy, but yeah, man, I think that's going to be the thing. Canelo's going to have to tap into a different bag for Terrence Crawford. And I don't think people are acknowledging or understanding that. He's not going to fight Terrence the way he fought these other fighters, and if he does, that's going to be his downfall. Terrence is going to require a good strategy and a game plan. He's going to require a lot of respect. He's going to require a lot of, Eddie Reynoso, Canelo, whoever that camp is, as far as watching film and things of that nature. They're going to have to respect Terrence Crawford's ability to execute, and to take advantage of Canelo if he makes mistakes, if he leaves openings, if he doesn't efficiently cut the ring off, if he doesn't do these things in the best way possible and train, he'll get taken advantage of, man. I'm telling you. And I'm telling you, he can get hit too. He can get hit with that right timing, and you can see Canelo do the stanky leg across the ring. I'm not saying he's gonna get knocked out, but you can see Terrence. Listen, man, I'm telling you guys, sleeping on Terrence's ability to make something significant happen in this fight is not a good idea for Terrence. I mean, for Canelo.
Yeah, it's just not. So that's the only difference is his aggression, right? He was younger, more spry, more willing, more. He's the epitome of that old saying, right? The two bulls sitting at the top of the hill, looking at the cows at the bottom.
Right.
And the father and the son. And the son says to the dad, Dad, let's go down there and get one of them cows. And the father says, no, son. No, he says, Dad, let's run down there and go get one of them cows. And he says, no, son, let's walk down there and get them all. You know what I'm saying? That's Canelo Alvarez, right? He's not going to run down there and try to get one of the cows. He'd rather walk himself and pace himself and just secure the victory. That's the difference. When he fought Floyd, when he fought, King Corleone had to be PG. When he fought Floyd, when he fought, Lara, when he fought Austin Trout, Triple G even, right? He was a lot more aggressive in his mindset and his body language because he seemed like he wanted to prove a point. Today's time, he's more comfortable where he's at, right? To give you guys an example, like I always said, it's like Tank when I watched the Cuellar fight. You watch that Cuellar fight, and then you watch Tank today. They're two different fighters. He's very comfortable, and he's very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're very comfortable and very, they okay with where they at.
Right, very content.
Right, they're content. They're content.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's gonna play a part in this fight. There's so many little intangibles, and I just think as the week, as the months go by, and as people are, analysts across the space are starting to analyze this fight and really talk about this fight and getting deeper into it, there are a lot more people starting to move over and start to be a little bit more honest. You know what I'm saying? I think right now it's just not even that real yet. Even though it's getting closer to being real, it's not that real yet. And people are just trying to make it look like it's not even a fight worth happening, almost as if they're shooting the fight down so that their heart doesn't get broke down. It doesn't get broke. You know what I'm saying? For the fight not being made.
I think that a lot of people don't want to see this fight because that means that a lot of people don't want to see this fight because then they got to give Terrence Crawford credit if he pulls it off. You can't say the fight with Errol Spence was a fluke if he beats Canelo Alvarez.
No way.
You see what I'm saying? It's a built-in excuse to say it's a built-in excuse to say, well, Errol had the car accident. Errol had, this, and this, right? Where he beats Canelo, now it's just his greatness. Now you just have to acknowledge that, oh, this dude is great. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I definitely do. It's gonna be an interesting fight, man. I'm looking forward to see it. I know it's gonna be some sweet science in there. Can Butt hurt Canelo? I think he can.
Right.
I think people are sleeping on his ability to do that as well. I'm telling you, that body campaign. Right. Remember, I told you, I believe that's going to play a part in this fight. I believe you're going to see him stopping a lot of that stuff that he's going to be trying to do. A lot of that coming forward, a lot of that is going to start slowing down. It's going to be because of what he invests in that piggy bank. You know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of straight right hands, straight jabs to that body. Yeah. Sticking him, stabbing him, stopping. Every time he try to run, there's gonna be a lot of that, and then he's gonna start coming up top, and a lot of lateral movement. There's gonna be a lot of things going on, a lot of angles that you're gonna see him hitting Canelo in. There's gonna be a lot of times when Canelo's getting hit with combinations where he's not necessarily getting hurt, but he's gonna get frustrated off of, damn it, another one. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, he did that crap again. He just did that crap again.
Nick J, the queen, she said, so Bud has no fight before September. So what I'm hearing is that possibly not, right? I personally would love it. I've heard mixed reviews, but a person from his team, they said that they're going right into the fight with Canelo in September. They ain't trying to take no chance. They preparing for Canelo and going right into a Canelo fight.
I understand where they're coming from. Don't even get an injury. Don't get no. Don't give him no more tape to watch. Keep that what's the word? The mystery behind it. Keep Canelo and his team thinking about what kind of Terrence Crawford's coming into this fight.
Right. Prince Warren Angel said, "Y'all bugging. Canelo gonna break, but bro, who did you see him break? Y'all gotta relax with the breaking people, man. Who did you see Canelo break? Last time you saw Canelo break somebody.
Last I seen Canelo, people been fighting the hell out of Canelo, bro. Good fights, but they've been fighting the hell. Edgar fought the hell out of him. Caleb fought the hell out of him.
Did he break Jaime Munguia? Did he break? Who did he break? He's not
both,
breaking.
And both of them got shot in their pockets, got right back up. Edgar Berlanga went down, beat his fists together like, damn it, that wasn't supposed to do that, and stood up and fought. Jaime Munguia, same thing. Didn't beat his fists together, but got right back up and jumped on Canelo. Not worried about getting knocked down again. You heard?
Right, because again, right, that the issue is they made a mistake.
Right.
And he made him pay. He didn't break Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo just got on his bicycle.
100%.
He didn't want to engage. That was a mindset that Jermell Charlo switched off. Jaime Munguia didn't think about that. Edgar Berlanga didn't operate like that. John Ryder didn't get broken.
They didn't feel that way.
Yeah. Darnell Bell, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a on into the super chat. You gotta think Blood will clearly outbox Canelo. Canelo is bigger, slower with the same slow feet. Crawford obviously sees holes he can exploit. Crawford going to put on a showcase. Hey,
that's what I feel.
I got him winning. I mean, again, I've been one saying that he could beat Canelo Alvarez for years. Check the receipts. For years. I said it before Crawford said it, before his team said it. I was the first one to say it. Before he even fought Sean Porter, go check the receipts. I said that he could beat Canelo Alvarez. I told Bernie when I was interviewing Bernie, I said, Bernie, Terrence Crawford could beat Canelo. Bernie said, oh, you going too far. That's Bernie. He said, you done went too far, Blue. You done went too far. I said, no, I think Terrence Crawford is great. I think he could beat Canelo Alvarez. Go check the receipts. Right here. Me and Bernie was talking about it. Now, look at Bernie. Bernie like, hey, man, we're going to put on. I've been saying that. I've seen it already. I've seen the holes in the game, man. Now, could I be wrong? I could be wrong. Terrence Crawford could be wrong. Everybody could be wrong. But I've seen it. I've seen the holes in the game where he can capitalize on it. One old guy opinion, my brother in the super chat dropping that Cinco. Wanted to the super chat. Floyd had sharp punches like Bivol. Triple G had power punches. But Bud has sharp power punches with mobility and broken rhythm like Floyd and Bivol. Exactly. That's what I keep trying to tell people. He has power in both hands, and he switches from southpaw to orthodox. The angles that he uses, he can hit Canelo Alvarez. Here's the thing, Black Adam, what's up? I believe that because of the angles that he uses, because of the long arms and the mindset, it's going to make Canelo Alvarez inactive.
Right.
Terrence Crawford is going to slow the fight down. Right? He's going to slow the fight down because of his long arms, his ability to counterpunch, and the angles that he uses. He's going to get Canelo Alvarez's attention with either the jab or a straight right hand or a hook.
Right.
Or a jab to the body. Something's going to get his attention where Canelo Alvarez is going to say, all right, I ain't just going to be able to walk this dude down. Let me strategically come in and be smart how I come through with this fight. And that's slowing the fight down. That's what Canelo does not want. Cali World, Peace Bless Queen, he likes to fight at an extremely high pace to force you to make a mistake. That's why he has a very threatening posture. The foot placement, right? The angles. He uses these things to do what? To make you make mistakes. GFS Blackout, what's up, family? Giovanni Walker, what's up? Clinton Jackson, what's up? He uses these things to make you make a mistake. It's just like Tank, right? He did that with with Frank Martin. It's the posture, the threatening posture, and they're durable, right? They can take a punch. So they can continue to put this pressure on you all night long. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's up to you to not make a mistake. But you can see in their body language, they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable, right? It's just like when we was watching the fight with Diego Pacheco and Steve Nelson. Right. Remember, Clay, in the first couple of rounds, he wasn't comfortable with the pressure Steve Nelson was putting on him. But once he got comfortable understanding, oh, Steve Nelson's not judging the distance very well. He's not understanding. He got a lot more comfortable. But initially, he wasn't comfortable.
No, and you can doing a great job.
He's doing exactly. And you can see Frank Martin was never settled against him. You can see Caleb Plant was never settled against Canelo.
Right.
Lara and Floyd, these guys was comfortable. Bivol, they was comfortable right from the opening bell. Nope, you gonna fight my fight. And he was the one frustrated now because he understood that they was gonna make him fight their fight.
Yep. And that's another thing, Blue. This fight's gonna get one round at a time, bro.
One round at a time.
And people they're gonna close their eyes and they're gonna open their eyes, and it's gonna be round 8, and Bud's gonna be up like 6 rounds, and they're gonna be like, "Hold up, Canelo better do something." He's sitting here letting this man run away from this, run away with this, and that's exactly what Terrence plans on doing.
Right.
He plans on running away with this.
Right. Exactly.
That's what's going to happen.
YG Man, my brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on into the super chat. He said, "Should EJ really debut at 160 pounds and dominate? Should EJ really debut at 160 pounds and dominate? Should they line up for Jamal or Boo Boo Andre right away?" First of all, Jamal Charlo is definitely not going to fight him.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen. Jamel, maybe so. Jamal, that ain't happening. 2 different mindsets. Demetrius Andre, I can see that. But is that a fight that Errol Spence will want and need at that time? I don't know. And I don't know if Andre could come back down to 160. That's another thing. Could Demetrius Andre come back down to 160? I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's been sitting up at 168, floating around, not doing nothing for a minute. What's he been doing outside the ring?
Yeah, so Andre's talking about fighting Jamal. You know, it's just I don't know what's going on with their careers, bro. But if Errol dominates Erislandy Lara at 160, I mean, there's only the Genovic fight. There's not a lot of big names at 160, right, Clay?
I mean, he obviously we got Shiraz trying to make a name for himself up there. The big names, not really, man. Not really, but I mean, he can take that division and make it a division for himself. The question is he going to humble himself to take the paydays that they're going to be offering him to make these fights? Because these fights aren't going to be big paydays, or they're not going to be big fights. There'll be big fights off the strength of him. Right.
He should have fought Keith Thurman. That's a big fight for him. 2 big names. It's just that would be an interesting big money fight for him.
I agree. I think that fight would have garnered some attention. I think it would.
Yeah.
It would have.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
Yeah, I agree.
That made more sense because nothing else really makes sense. It just doesn't. Like the Lara fight, he can get more money and more recognition fighting Keith Thurman than fighting Lara.
Yeah.
Because interesting. Even if he beat Lara, everybody's gonna be looking like Lara is
old,
50,000 years old.
Right. But I mean, I think they'll give him his respect because Errol's sitting out the ring for so long.
Yeah, he can get respect for it, but it's just not a, it's just it's a good fight though. I like it. Mm-hmm. But he
aren't excited about him coming back, man. I don't see it. I don't hear the excitement. I don't hear the, you know what I'm saying? People are just getting, the more time that goes by, they're becoming less and less enchanted with the idea of Errol Spencer's return, because they don't see him getting ready to fight Terrence. They don't see him getting ready to fight, Sebastian Fundora or any of the killers at 154. Now he's going to 116 to a 160 to a division that's not even jumping like that, to fight an old Erislandy Lard. And what's next for him after that? Even Janibek is going to be a hard fight for him, by the way, but not that big of a fight.
Exactly. Salute to Ben Davis, my brother in the super chat, dropping that half a dub. I think Kobe should be younger in this fight, not because of age, but because of body wear and tear.
We talked about that before.
Yeah, we discussed that. And again, like I said, is he younger? Again, wear and tear, I guess he didn't have the surgery. So Canelo has had surgeries, right?
Yeah.
Canelo had surgery on his knees, on his hand, on his shoulder, so I can understand that. But Canelo lives a fighter's lifestyle just like Terrence Crawford.
Yeah. But Crawford, I do agree, though. I think the past couple of years, Crawford has been very selective about who he fights. He's not just jumping in the ring. He's not super active. He probably is well preserved in comparison to Canelo to a degree. Canelo's been getting punched on by bigger dudes for the whole latter half of his career. Terrence, that might be something that Terrence brings to the table. He might bring a fresher version of himself, you know what I mean? As far as both of them being in the ring, but then Canelo's like 3, 34?
35. He'll be 35.
He's 35? Okay, boom. There it is. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like, but he had the 2 knee surgeries, the shoulder surgery, the hand surgery, where Terrence Crawford has not, at least not to my knowledge.
Yeah, Cornelius, he definitely drinks. He parties.
Yeah, Zepeda and Tevin Farmer rematch March 29th.
That's been done, penned out?
Yeah, they're going to fight March 29th in Cancun, Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, Cancun, Mexico. One old guy opinion. My brother back in the building, back in the super chat, dropping that Cinco. Canelo got good IQ, not good enough. Make crucial adjustments with Floyd and Bivol. In Triple G, he had the judges for 1 and 2 in his favor. Triple G couldn't adjust to 1 and 2. Yeah, Triple G couldn't adjust. He's a power puncher, though.
Mm-hmm.
He's a power puncher.
You want Mexican fight?
Yeah, and again, like I said, styles make fights. Triple G was come forward, power puncher, and was very vanilla. And you look at Triple G's career, really, what's his biggest wins?
What is his biggest wins? What are Triple G's biggest wins? I got to look at his record. Golovkin.
To me, it was the Danny Jacob fight. Alex Shield Jones. I thought he lost to Sergey Derevyanchenko.
Let's see. Yeah, Danny was definitely one. He beat Kel, but
Kel broke.
I thought Willie Monroe was a decent one too.
Yeah.
Curtis Stevens. He beat Gabe too. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of significant wins.
That I'm trying to tell you.
No, he doesn't.
He was very overhyped.
Yeah.
Very, very overhyped.
Yeah. But so what did you think about about Jesus, Paulie Malignaggi's a little
rant on Tank.
Yeah.
He told no lies.
He talked about it, didn't he? He talked about it.
Paulie Malignaggi told no lies.
He kept it 100. I thought he kept it pretty PG. Like he's like, I'm not going to judge this man on his personal life. I'm not going to, throw shots at him. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm here to do. But just on boxing, bro. Like,
yeah, he said, I'm not judging the man. I'm judging the fighter, the boxer.
Do you think he was right about the overpaying, about paying him that much without him fighting these big fights, and now he has no motivation to fight? He just wants to go ahead and retire.
Well, I think he didn't break it down exactly. I understood what he was saying, but I don't think he broke it down completely like he was trying to. I think he was saying that he was getting overpaid for fights that was mismatches. Right. And now they can't overpay him for fights that are mismatches. And now he wants to get out the sport like he's done, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And I completely understand. You know what I'm saying? He wants to get paid. Right? But now you got to fight somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't got no problem paying you, but now you're gonna have to put up. You're gonna have to shake. You're gonna have to fight somebody. And
that's what it looks like.
Now it's like, all right, I'll just get out the sport. And he's, essentially you being spoiled about it.
Right. And you running off with the bag. You got all that money and all those fights, and you're not gonna get a fan something. You're not gonna get the fans. I mean, giving the fans what I guess your fans what they don't mind seeing what they're seeing, so they're loving it. They fight for you every day. But I think Paulie was just being honest about what his peers in the pugilist in the space feel about the resume at this point. Right? They're just like, nah, bro, it's not it.
Mm-hmm. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that like Paulie, everybody overuses this word hating and overuses, oh, you hating it. And he, like you said, right? Excuse me. Like Paulie said, you are built up because of the era that you in. You didn't have to prove it. You in the social media era. And you have the talent.
Right.
Which is 1000% true. Like he said, you are a python fighting chickens. It's expected.
Yeah, people are liking that. They're watching it off the fact that they like watching the chicken struggle for his life and get swallowed by a python, but they know it's not competitive.
Exactly. Right. But now people love to see cobras do this, cobras do that, right? Now put the cobra in there with the mongoose.
Now that's a fight.
Now we got to fight. I'm interested to see that.
Right.
But you can tell the people that are competitive and the people that don't care. They're just watching it for entertainment.
Right.
They don't care about legacy. None of that. Oh, this dude get knockouts. They don't care who he's knocking out.
Right.
And then when people like myself or Paulie or yourself are people that are embedded in the sport.
Right.
And going to be around the sport before he got here and after he leaves. See, that's the difference between myself, you, people like Paulie, so on and so forth. We're going to be in this sport.
Exactly.
We're in it now. We was in it before he started boxing. We're going to be in it after he leaves. These people that are defending him are not part of the sport of boxing. They're casuals. They only along for the ride because he's entertaining them. And when he leaves, they'll leave.
Right.
And if he does come back at some point in time, whatever, they'll continue to support him. Like Mike Tyson.
Right.
Right? The difference is Mike Tyson put on. Right? He became the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion. He was but when you look at Mike Tyson, the biggest fights of his career, he lost. Right? Yeah. But like Tank Davis fans, right? People will justify it. Well, he wasn't the same guy. He was partying. He was partying before he knocked out Razor Ruddock. He was partying before he knocked out Frank Bruno.
Yep.
It was no different. There wasn't no drastic difference. Arstos, what's up? The differences was the level of competition.
Right.
That was the difference. Those dudes succumbed to him. These dudes didn't. That's the difference. His lifestyle, Mike Tyson's lifestyle didn't change. It didn't change. Then people say, man, he was never the same after. I had so many people tell me he was never the same after Customano died. And I tell people, what are you talking about?
Right.
He won his first world title after Cuss died.
Yeah, Cuss never even seen him be a champion.
He's never even seen him be a champion. So what are people talking about? But they so accustomed to hearing somebody say he was never the same since Cuss. He became world champion for the first time after Cuss passed away. So what did Cuss have to do with it? He was.
I do subscribe to the idea if Cuss was around, that maybe, you know,
he wouldn't have went off so far off the deep end.
Yeah,
1000%. But people make it seem like he was up here with titles. Cuss passed away, and then he just started nosediving. He ain't even start yet.
Right.
He hadn't even started yet.
He was still a child. He didn't even know that he wasn't even into it like that.
Right.
He was shaking off, breaking into houses and being a little hooligan with his friends in the street. He wasn't ready for he wasn't balling yet for real, like in real time like that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, so to say like that's the reasoning for it, it's ridiculous. And this is the same thing. And Mike has, and I love Mike Tyson.
Yeah, me too. Big fan.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's one of the greatest. No ifs, ands. That's no question. But what I'm saying is that Tank has similar fan base. That they're going to defend anything he does because they're just for entertainment. That's what people talk. Man, his tattoos, his hair, his this, his that. The same thing with Mike Tyson. Man, look at Mike Tyson. Everybody wanted a woman like Robin. Robin Gibbons ain't even that bad.
Nah, head of the class. Yeah, remember Robin.
Yeah, all right, but she ain't that bad.
Nah, she's not, bro. She's not.
No. But because Mike chose her, man, she became the baddest woman on the planet. How?
Yeah, she wasn't that. She was all right. Robin's cool. She cool, but
she all right. But the way people make it,
you're right.
It's just like, bro. People make it like it was a comparison between her and Halle Berry, and it ain't even close. They on two different planets. They walk two different types of lifestyles. Robin, give him no disrespect, look like a lollipop. Big head, small body. Press brother in the super chat, dropping that Cinco on into the super chat. He said, please Brew and play. Brew, what happened first Tank versus Core or the Falcons and the Saints meet in the Super Bowl? First of all, he being sarcastic.
I know. That's what I said.
They can't even meet in the Super Bowl, so it ain't never happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Falcons and Saints, man. It'll be. I don't think they're gonna fight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I don't think they're gonna fight, man.
I hope they fight for the sport of boxing's sake.
Me too. I have a feeling it's like, you know what I was thinking about with Tank today, bro? I was talking on the channel when I did my live today. We were talking about Tank, and I'm like, you know what? Yo, Tank's a 130-pound fighter, bro. He should just go down to 130, man. You know what I'm saying? Just go to 130, man. Wait for Monster to come up there. While you're down there, go ahead and fight Raymond Ford. Go ahead and fight O'Shaquie. You should have fought Lamont at 130. Fought him for his WBA title. Unify down there, become undisputed down there. Fight at 130, bro. You're a 130 fighter trying to fight and pick and select your fighters at the fights that you're fighting at 135. You're trying to, I don't want to say cherry pick, but I'm going to say you're stylistically picking the right fights at 135, and then every now and then periodically you're pulling up somebody from 130. I think he's a 130-pound fighter, bro. He's a 130-pound fighter. He's not a 135 pound fighter.
No, he definitely a 135 pounder. He just competing against.
I mean, at least compete on the playing field. Cut the weight. Cut the weight.
It's like Paulie said. You just repeating it. He's fighting Lamont Roach, who struggled with Hector Garcia, who you knocked out for the same. It's like history. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But remember when Shakur was down at 130, he said, I'm gonna go down to 130. Then he said, I can't do it. Can't make the weight.
I mean, trying to help you out, Tank.
Ain't no.
Trying to help you out, man. Trying to give you, you know what I mean? Go to 130. That way all the fights can be made. No rehydration clause.
But then he said,
then
he got mad at the fact that people said they wanted to see him fight anyway.
Did he? I thought he was cool with that. He
no,
upset with
you
that?
didn't see what he put out, the tweet?
Oh, the one that you want to see me fight everybody or something like that?
Yeah.
Man, it is what it is, man. That's why I wanted to go on 130. I thought he was going to fight Monster. I was like, go to 130, man. Get adjusted to the
y'all
weight.
Want me to fight everybody no matter what weight class they in. Bro, what are you? That's why I said you don't understand the concept. And it made sense to me with him and his fan base. They don't understand the concept of competing in a sport.
Yeah.
You can't say you're the best at anything and don't expect people to want to see you compete against the best.
Right.
Where do they do that at? In no walk of life does that work.
Right.
In no walk of life. If I sit here and tell you I'm the best at this, what I'm doing right now, well, people are going to be like, well, I want to see you matched up against Clay. I want to see you matched up against Showbiz. Right. I want to see you matched up against X, Y, and Z. Imagine me being like, man, I'm the best at this. Then people like, yo, I want to see. And I'll be like, man, y'all want me to go against it. No, we want you to go against somebody. Not anybody, just somebody, bro.
Right.
Somebody that we consider in the world.
Somebody we think can beat you. We want to see somebody we think has a good chance of beating you.
Right. That's it. That's all. One old guy opinion, brother, back in the building, back in the super chat, dropping that. Sink. Because the wolf on the hill is not as angry as the wolf at the bottom. But when the wolf at the bottom wants the food is there. Yeah.
Yeah, when the wolf on the hill is not as hungry as the wolf.
Oh, right. I read that wrong.
The food is there.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true.
We just want to see him compete against the best. That's it. That's all. Because like Paulie said, now people going to take that and they're going, I was reading the comment section. Oh, Paulie a hater. Paulie is this. And bro, how's he a hater? Because he's telling you he views Tank Davis in high regards. Right. He just wants to see him compete against other guys that he holds in high regards. Not guys that he's like, people don't even realize that it is a testament to Tank Davis' skill set and talent when somebody say, hey man, Lamont Roach, man, you gonna do this, that. Like
I told them already. I legitimately told them. I say this to people all the time. Like, it's a fact that we think he's that good. It's why we want to see him in these big fights.
Right. Because we viewing the fights like, oh man, this dude ain't got no chance. Is he really going? If Lamont Roach beat Tank Davis, it'd be one of the biggest upsets, alongside with Buster Douglas
and Mike Tyson
and Andy Ruiz beating Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua, yeah.
So if that's the case, then that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. People don't want. It is what it is, man. It's like, let him be where he is, and let the judges, let him be judged accordingly 10 years from now. Let's see what happens 10 to 15 years from now.
And but ultimately, Clay, give me my money's worth.
Well, that's the other part of it, right?
Yeah.
Paying to see it.
Yeah. Give me my money's worth, bro. Give me my money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, if I'm gonna pay for it, give me what I want. Give me what I'm paying for.
I talked to my cousin earlier today, and he was like, you know, we out of pocket to a degree because, you know, we supposed to take the fights that they give us, right? Like it's their career, like, you know, whatever the fight they give us, you know. I'm like, nah, bro, not if I'm paying for it. If I'm paying for it, bro, it's what I want, or I'm not giving you my money.
Right.
You know, I go to a restaurant and I look on the menu and I say I want my steak medium. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no powdered sugar on my sweet potatoes. You know what I'm saying? I want extra butter on my broccoli, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever it is I'm doing, when my food come out, it's supposed to be that. If it's not that, I'm gonna feel some kind of way about it. I'm not gonna pay for this.
Right.
What because are you talking about?
I'm paying for it.
What are you talking about? You bring me out a Philly cheesesteak. I'm like, what's this? Nah, man, you know, the chef didn't feel like making it. You know what I'm saying? You just what?
Right.
Say less, King. I'm out.
Like, what you mean? I'm paying for it, bro.
Yeah,
but people don't get that concept, Clay. They don't get it.
They don't, man. I thought Paulie broke it. Listen, man, and when you know, I know people have some issues with Paulie. They don't like some of his perspectives on things. I guess, you know, he said things in the past that people, you know, that triggered people to feel a certain kind of way, but he was keeping it 100 off the strength of the sport for what the sport is. He was telling the truth. He was telling the truth, and he's somebody who can speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Where I mean, me and you gonna speak on it, but maybe people will say, well, we don't got no right because we ain't do it. We ain't, you know, but Paulie did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Paulie's like, heck with that. What did Paulie say? He said, you give me those fights, you stylistically pick fights for me. He said, I'm not saying I'm gonna knock out as many people, but I go undefeated. He says, I go undefeated. My record will be undefeated. If I'm stylistically getting to pick them fights that make the most sense for me, I'm going to go undefeated.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
He was like, I wouldn't be fighting Cotto. You know what I'm saying? Like the fights, I wouldn't be fighting those fights. Those fights are stylistically unfavorable to me. If I can just stylistically get in the fights that, you know, I'm picking the fights, I go undefeated.
Right.
Simple as that.
Right. And that's in it, but that people are going to view that as having a problem or hating.
Right. They're gonna look at him losing against Cotto, losing against Adrian Broner, and they're gonna be like, man, shut up. You lost on why are you even talking? You jealous.
It just sounds, it's ridiculous, man.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's interesting, man. But I let, you know, Tank, good luck, man. Like, I'll see you when you fight Lamont. I watch the Lamont Roach fight. I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we boxing fans.
Right. I'm gonna watch it.
Right. Right. Yeah, Paulie went in on him. But again,
a little too rich.
Rightfully so. Because this is his sport. He competes in his sport. He competed in his sport. And he said something else. And I was like, man, I ain't never think about that. He was like, man, you can't compare Adrian Broner to Tank Davis.
Right.
Adrian Broner fought everybody. Even his own fault. He shouldn't have fought.
Right.
He didn't want to just be, he didn't want people to just say he was the best. He wanted to show you he was.
Yeah. Well, as much crap as he might have talked and as many antics he may have had outside the ring, nobody could ever say Adrian Broner's scared to fight nobody.
Exactly.
He fought everybody. He didn't care.
Right.
He was Mr. Can't Get It for real.
All facts. All facts. He didn't want to just be handed the label. He wanted to take the label. He wanted to show you.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to prove it. I deserve to be what they say I am.
Right.
There's a difference. Salute to Dewan T, brother in the super chat, dropping that simple. He said, it's like fans are content with Tank taking their money and giving them fights where the opponents has almost no chance. Oh, they 1,000% consent.
100%.
1,000%.
100%.
1,000%. It's not even close.
That's a fact. Even Canelo fans ain't that bad, believe it or not. Canelo fans still appreciate. That's why he went up to 168, right? So he could kind of cherry pick, but he could always be. But the guy's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying?
But Canelo always give you something.
Yeah.
I'm a cherry pick Sergey. He's the weaker of the champions, but I'm still gonna fight Bivol.
Right.
I ain't gonna fight David Benavidez, but I'll fight every other champion in this division.
Right.
Right. At 154, I'm gonna fight at 160. I'm gonna give you Triple G. I'm gonna give you Danny Jacobs. Right.
Right.
I ain't gonna give you Andre.
Right.
So he gives you, you know what I'm saying? He keeps you like, it's like, all right. You know what I'm saying? At 154, I'm gonna give you Austin Trout, Erislandy Lara, and Floyd Mayweather. I ain't giving you the Charlos. I'm out.
Yep.
But he gives you something in every division he's in.
100%.
Like I ain't giving y'all Artur Beterbiev, but I gave y'all Bivol. So he you know what I'm saying? Like he does enough.
Could Paulie beat Tank?
Could Paulie beat Tank? Salute, Ho. Now it would be an interesting boxing match though. Paulie could take some punishment, man. And Paulie could pop. He just ain't got enough power. Tank could just high guard. And Tank's so athletic, Paulie can't. His athletic ability and his movement, he can't stay away from Tank. So he ain't got the power to keep him off him, but he won't be able to elude him either.
Yeah.
So that's where the difference lies. You know what I mean? So I wanted to say this real quick, and then we out of here. This situation with Shakur Stevenson in his hand, people are entertaining it and celebrating it, even fake news, simply because they want to see him lose or fail. And it's the mass majority of people that are Gervonta Tank Davis fans.
Yeah, if you go against Tank, they're like Beyonce fans, man. They'll attack you in every single way.
In every direction, man. And that's what's going on.
I agree.
I see so many people saying, your boy Shakur weak. Your boy Shakur this. Your boy I'm like, bro, what? What are you talking about? Look, he ain't got no hands and nothing. He ain't going to be able to hurt Tank. Mm-hmm. Bro, Shakur ain't pull out in no fight. That's number one. His hand is not injured. That's number two. And why do you want to see him fail so bad? That's interesting to me.
Because Tank don't have to fight these fighters to win, to beat them. As long as if they lose the other fighters, it's the same as Tank beating them. Like a lot of fans celebrated Devin Haney's loss against Ryan Garcia as if he lost against Tank. You know what I'm saying? Right. He ain't got to fight him. Don't ever bring him up again. Don't never bring him up again to fight Tank.
Never talk about him again.
Right. You know, it's like a check. It's a win for Tank without having to fight. So same thing with Shakur. If Floyd Schofield's able to pull it off, if his hand gets injured, you know, when Edwin De Los Santos and him fought that fight, people were actually being like, man, they should have gave it to Edwin. Why? Because the victory for somebody else, the loss of Shakur Stevenson doesn't have to be by Tank hands. He just needs to lose so that we can stop talking about him fighting Shakur. But look, I got something to tell you guys. We don't got to do all that. I'll stop talking about it now. You feel me? We don't have to do it. You know what I mean?
Just like the Devin Haney situation.
Yeah. We start talking about it now. Shakur said it best. I don't need to fight him. I'll stop talking about it now. He ain't got to lose. We start talking about it now, bro. He can fight whoever he wants to fight, retire. You guys will be satisfied. We'll move on. Boxing can continue to expand. If you're a fan of boxing, you'll be here to talk about boxing. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when he retires, you'll go with Leonard Ellerbe and you'll go into WNBA, bro, and start watching female basketball, and you'll go over there. I don't know what you'll do. You know what I mean? But trust me, man. At the end of the day, it's not that serious. I'll stop talking about it right now. Not a problem for me. I don't care to see the fight. I don't even care about it no more. And I'm dead serious. I don't even care about that fight no more. But I'll tell you what, though, when we having conversations about legacy, when we're talking about the best fighters in the game, stop bringing that dude up over here in the middle of those conversations. All right, stop doing that because he doesn't want to challenge himself and he doesn't want to put himself in the same position that all the greats before him did. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And you could bring it up. Who did Shakur fight? He'll fight him in the future. If he ain't fought him yet, he ain't retiring. Who did Devin fight? If he ain't do it yet, he gonna do it soon. He not retiring. Your boy talking about leaving. You feel me? He said he done. So let's, you know what I mean? Have a great year. We'll watch him fight whoever he fights. He'll fight maybe he'll call out Raymond Ford. You know what I'm saying? On this fight, he'll call him out, pull him up, you know what I mean? Fight him, give him a chance. Shout out to Ray Ford, you know what I'm saying? Wish him all the best, or maybe he'll call out, you know what I'm saying, or Shaky Foster, or you know what I mean, maybe he'll do, you know what I'm saying, maybe he'll fight Emmanuel Navarrete, or maybe he'll pull Rafael Espinosa up from 126 and you know what I'm saying, be like, that dude's a big, look at him standing in front of Tank, he's taller than Tank, look at his long arms, y'all never be satisfied, nothing he does is gonna make y'all happy. Yeah, you guys keep pushing on, and then we'll be done though. Eventually, no matter how it turns out, eventually this will come full circle and it will be done, and we'll be but boxing will be right here. And people will be achieving greatness, achieving legacy, unifying championship belts, fighting hard fights, losing some, winning some. Fans are going to have something to watch, and that's what it's going to be. It can't always be this way, man. I promise you. So enjoy it. Enjoy the year, man. Let him fight who he wants to fight, man. It's all good.
All true. All true. Any last words you got, Clay?
Man, boxing is great, man. We got a big fight coming up this weekend. Obviously, you're in Vegas for it. You know what I mean? We'll probably talk more about it tomorrow. Is going to be the grand arrivals. You know what I mean?
Let me check.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's the grand arrivals. Maybe a little media play. I don't know. They're going to do some media workouts or some. I don't know what they plan on doing.
Might be.
You know what I mean? So we'll probably talk about that tomorrow for sure. You know what I mean? And the undercard's supposed to be decent too. Be looking forward to that. But you know, we also getting closer to February 22nd. Shoot, we're getting closer to February 14th too. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a great card too. Keyshawn's card.
Oh yeah.
You got Big Baby fighting on that card. You got Abdullah Mason fighting on that card. You know what I mean? We got great boxing coming up, and obviously February 22nd, it's gonna be a night to remember in boxing. You know what I mean? Inshallah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. Yeah, it should be the grand arrival. Should be tomorrow. In each weight class. Wow. Lawrence Brazil said, "Can you give a list of fights you want to see this year in each weight class?" From starting at where, like 126? You know what I'm saying? I'm not really big on 122. I mean, obviously we know Monster's there. I mean, he could fight his fights. I'd love to see Bam, you know, get up there and fight him. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? But I could say at 130, I could start at 130. I don't know if you want to do it. I know Blue's tired, but if you want to go up in the weight classes, I mean, I'll just say real quick at 130. I'm excited to see Oshaki Foster fight Emmanuel Navarrete. I'm excited to see Raymond Ford get a title shot at 130, do something significant there. At 135, I'm excited to see Keyshawn Davis get his first title on the 14th, and you know, ultimately hopefully get a chance to unify, get the winner of either Raymond Moratala and or Zaro Abdullaev, or you know, obviously fight Vasily Lomachenko if he comes out of his champion in recess or you know, doesn't retire. 140. You know what? Ernesto Mercado. I want to see him in a fight, man. I don't know who I want to see him fight. I mean, he's still a young dude. It's not going to be Shakur, obviously. But let's get that guy into a fight, man. Get that guy a fight, man. I don't know who at 140. I got to think about it a little bit, but I want to see Ernesto Mercado fight somebody, man, at 140, man. The kid showed a lot of life Saturday night, man. He, you know what I mean? Personality. He looks like he does well with a microphone in his face. He knows what to say. I like that fight. Obviously, Teofimo's leaving the weight division. Looks like Devin's leaving the weight division. So, you know, I don't know. Let's see how that division moves around. Let's see if Gary Antoine Russell's able to do something with Rayo, get himself a belt. He said he's going to be looking at unifying immediately afterwards. He let it be known. So at 140, I don't know yet. You know what I mean? At 147, I want to see Boots and Brian. I'd like to see Boots and Brian Norman get at it. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I like to see. Hopefully, Boots is able to beat Stanionis. I think he will unify. And then, you know what I mean? Let's see if he can get that fight with Brian Norman, become a unified champion there. And who knows? Maybe Mario Barrios might wake up and decide to get involved in the conversation. He can chase him undisputed. But ultimately,
I wonder what is Mario Barrios doing?
Because he ain't fighting Ryan. He ain't fighting Conor Ben. He ain't fighting, you know what I mean? Conor Ben's getting ready to fight Chris Eubanks. I don't know what he's gonna do.
He ain't fighting Boots.
He ain't fighting Boots. Boots is fighting Stanionis. He ain't fighting Brian Norman. Right? You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, maybe Nick J, maybe Tito and Paro. Maybe that's a good fight. Liam Paro. Maybe Tito and Subriel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what is Mario Barrios doing?
He's not doing nothing, man. He gonna fight nobody.
And we got Brian Norman Sr. versus Greg Hackett
on the 15th.
On the 15th.
Yep.
BLK Prime.
For sure.
And Shamar gonna be on that card. Shamar Canal.
Right. That's some good fights right there.
Mm-hmm.
You know that. Yeah, that's 147. As far as 154 is concerned, I want to see Sebastian Fundora unify. Maybe fight Bakram, or maybe fight against Serhii Bahachuk. I want to see him get active. I mean, I don't want to see him just sit here and he's been out of the ring for going on a year now. Right in March, it'll be a year since he was last in the ring. So let's see Sebastian Fundora get involved in some conversations up there. Let's see some unifications happen at 154. At 160, I want to see Shiraz and Janabek. I want to see that happen. Let's see what Shiraz does with Carlos Adames. See if he's able to go ahead and get that WBC title off him and then unify with Janabek. At 168, shoot, man, I don't know. 168 is interesting. We just saw Diego Pacheco do what he did this week, and he looks like he's going to be in the conversation. I'm hearing Edgar Belenga's kind of calling him out and stalking him a little bit and saying he wants that fight. So we should be seeing Diego Pacheco and Edgar Belenga. That'd be a great fight. Let's see Caleb find somebody. Let's see Caleb get busy again. Last time he fought, he stole the show. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he's able to do something. I think he's a regular WBA champion right now, or an interim champion of some sort. So let's see Caleb get involved in some big conversations. Let's see if Jaime's able to go ahead and knock out Bruno Sarasi so he can get back in a conversation as well. I also like the Dominican, Olacy. What's his name again? Olegs. What's his name? Oh God, what's my boy's name here?
Errol Spence actually get back in the ring.
Yeah, let's see him get back in the ring too at 160. Let's see him get involved in the conversation at 160. That would be good. And then at 175, man, obviously we know we're looking at David Benavidez and David Morrell going down this weekend. And after that, let's see let's see the winner of that fight get an opportunity at Undisputed to fight either Better Bivol or Bivol, whoever wins out that fight. And let's see them get an opportunity at doing something great. Then what do we got after 175? Is that the cruiser?
Oh, that's something good that I like to talk about tomorrow too.
Which one?
The winner of each fight fighting each other. Beterbiev, Bivol versus Benavidez and Morrell.
Right, for sure. That's going to be a great fight. Dave Benavidez says if they do a rubber match, if Bivol wins it, and they do the rubber match, he's interested in going up to cruiserweight and going at it with Zurdo. You know what I'm saying? Ramirez said they had some epic pay-per-view worthy sparring matches in the gym. He wants to see that fight come to fruition as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'd like to see Jai Patai get involved with a unification fight with Zurdo too in cruiserweight. In the heavyweight division, man, look, man, heavyweight divisions get more and more interesting. It's like just more and more interesting right now. You got Daniel Dubois, who looks like he's the future of the whole entire heavyweight division. Looking like he just can't be stopped. Has momentum that doesn't like it can be stopped.
And what's the name just lost? Oh man, heavyweight. My man out of Vegas.
Heavyweight out of Vegas?
Yeah, he just lost, man.
Out of Vegas.
Let me tell you. I'm like,
Iglesias, that's who I'm talking about, by the way. Osley Iglesias, that kid is doing things at 168. 13-0, 12 knockouts. Oh, he's not the Dominican Republic. He's in Puerto Rican? Or is he out the Dominican Republic? I think he might be Puerto Rican. I might be wrong. Yeah, I think he's Puerto Rican. Big fights, man.
A lot of big fights, man.
Non-stop. That February 22nd card gonna be the one.
I'm trying to.
The heavyweight on Pro Box.
Yeah.
Out of Vegas.
Yeah, that's my dude too. Why is his name eluding me right now? Yeah, Aces the Red. It's my dude.
He just lost?
Yeah, man. That's my dude, bro. Damn, I'm forgetting. I'm straight brain farting right now. I'm straight having a brain fart right now, man. I was at Top Rank Gym with him too.
Is he top 15?
Oh, Milton. There you go. Yeah. Milton. Yeah, Jeremiah Milton.
Okay.
Yeah, he got dropped, bro. Yeah. Nasty. Nasty knockdown too.
Oh, he's Cuban, by the way. Okay.
Yeah.
Mosley.
Yeah. Bang. Got sat on his pocket. Tay Brown, peace of blessings, Queen. But yeah, Clay, let's get on out of here.
All right, man. Good boxing tonight. Good talking. Good conversations in our unboxing. Tomorrow will be even more interesting as these grand arrivals come out. See what happens on. See if the boys are able to keep you together until Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens, man. Salute to everybody in the building, man. There's the link at the top. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, give me a subscribe, man. Let's help build the channel up, man.
Click the link, subscribe to my brother Claymore Rain. The link is right there, pinned up in the chat.
Yeah, and I'll be going live tomorrow at like 1:45, 1:30. I'll be going live. Y'all see the thumbnail go up hopefully tonight.
Let's do it. Man,
let's build, man.
All right, man. I'm jet lagged. But y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all we got for y'all. We gone. Peace.